Guess what I'm doing today? I'll show you. Come here. Bicycling to work. I'm just finishing packing up. The current temperature is, well, there you have it. 48.9, which is a good temperature for bicycling with a battery, because at 50, oh, look at the little tugboat down there. Can you see it? It's in the trees a little bit, right there. With the battery, it drains a lot faster below 50, so it's starting to be like right on the edge of where it won't be any good. I'm actually a little too warm with the layers I got, so I'm gonna leave myself a little not as zipped and put my reflectives on top and get my gloves on, because fingers get cold fast with the wind. If it was gonna be colder, I was thinking I would just bicycle over to a lower traffic area. There's a bus that I can take about a mile from here that's basically just had about 3 people on it anytime I've seen it. And all of our buses have bike racks on the front here in Pittsburgh, so it would be okay. Give or take a little. It would at least be something I could consider. And if it were too crowded, I could then instead risk the taking an Uber and just locking my bike to a bike rack, because there's also a great quantity, a good positive quantity of bike racks around Pittsburgh, so I could lock up, take my stuff, and Uber the rest of the way with everything but the bicycle. So those were the backup plans, but today it just so happens to be warm enough. I'm really, really, really hoping that I don't have to wait too much longer for this car that the mechanic's finishing up for me. That is a cool looking tugboat. It's neat. They're neater when they don't have their barges, honestly. They got the big push thingy in the front. Huh. Alright, so I'll probably check in once or twice throughout the day, probably more likely on the way home, because when I'm getting to work, I gotta just get there. When I'm getting back, I can slow down from time to time. So I'll see you a little later on. Actually, I'm still on my way to work, and it's beautiful. This is my usual favorite little stop and look around spot, because I've got this sidewalk. And I also wanted to let everybody know that it's too warm. I had to take off my coat. So I was sweating really, really bad. So this is it instead, and I'm much more comfortable, and I've dried off. And the wind is really, really rough, but you know, that happens. A flock of pigeons over there, can you see them? They're making circles. Oh, we used to have so many more pigeons. That's a very small flock. So, yeah. One more look around. I had to jam my coat in there. There's the city. Good stuff. I'm gonna continue my way to work. Just wanted to give you that update. All right, talk to you soon. Hit the automatic door opener, and I want to get a reaction to realizing how cold this is going to be. 37, that's like 5 degrees above freezing. It was cold all day. Yes, I do have my key, good. And it rained all day during my work day, but it seems to be dry, and it'll probably start to drop closer to freezing. This is like what, 2 or 3 degrees Celsius above freezing. Yep, so here we go. I think I'm gonna put my glasses here, zip the rest of the way up. It's actually not that cold, but I am gonna put on gloves. All right, let's do this. See you soon. Okay, so even though the light in front of me is green, we're gonna stop because wind is coming in at my neck, and that's like not cool. In fact, it's cold. There we go. Oh, glove fell down. You are hard mounted to the handlebars this time. How you like that, huh? I don't know, maybe you hate it. Great, we're gonna get going again. I'm sorry. I have to admit, I had no idea that I didn't redo my buckle. Like, literally didn't know. So, believe me, that wasn't on purpose. Ah! Guess who actually signals? It me! Yep. Stressful part's almost over. There's still traffic in this area. But once I get across this next little bridge and up a hill, it's pretty much back roads the rest of the way. And I do have a little like bicycle lane right now. The next block and a half I don't. And then I do until I'm on like alleyways. So that's good. Alright, green light. I added one hand signal to the mix. It's pointing ahead and up a bit because no one's going to assume you're going straight. Alright. I'm going to turn down my intensity a little bit. Alright, nobody coming. I do keep it in low for the whole trip. I do. Except for that one block that was about a block and a half before when you saw, because the traffic is just so intense there that I need to keep up with it. There's nowhere to hide. Alright, back on the bicycle lane. Hooray, hooray. And from here, I'm going to put you in fast mode for a bit. Alright, we on this dinkety little back alley now that takes me the whole way through the dangerous part. Slightly less efficient than the straight shot. But a lot of people drive back here or live back here, so that's cool. Gotta stop every block though, because there's like streets. It's implied stop. Nobody has a stop sign. Oh wait, they have a stop sign. There are share the road bicycle symbols spray painted on the road, like stencil style here, which is nice. And you see it's super narrow road. My night visibility video, I wanted to take it here. I tried like 4 times. There was like somebody staring at me the whole time. But I kept going over the minute mark. Alright. Maybe we'll just do fast mode for the rest again for this street. Love it. No? We'll do it, girl. Let's go find out. I hit somebody's bick, but I didn't know if I'd dropped something. All right. Oop. Kickstand. This one puts itself up sometimes, though. Woo. There we go. I always forget to put the kickstand up, and on this bike, that's not a problem. Oh, maybe it is. It's still scraping. There we go. Uphill a little. And stuff. Seat post. Rotated. Very uncomfortable. We'll get up to the top of the hill and then fix it. My seat post size adjuster is not a very stable grip. I meant to bring home a pop can. I need an empty pop can. That will fix it. Alright, see you soon, bye. Now, I'm making my way down Crater Way. We're like making 1 mile jumps, and then I'm doing quick little clips. And this is a wonderful back road, but unlike the one we were just on, it is not freshly paved, and it makes me so happy that I got a seat post suspension. I got a cheap one, it's like 30 bucks. It's wonderful. I can link it. I've been using it for a while, but it does make that problem with the seat post adjuster a little bit more, because there's so much yeah, it's not a rigid piece anymore. There's travel in it, so you gotta kind of hang on to the brakes for this and squiggle all over the road, because whoa, dang, there's a whoop, there we go. I hit one anyway, but stand up, and then at least my weight's not going in the hole too. The nice thing about the Cyclomatics is it does have double wall tires, so they're pretty resilient. I have yet to know if my natural has it or not. I would actually have to work the wheel to find out, because it's not. They don't really list their components, nor do they freaking know what they are, even if you ask. Right. Okay. Right. Crossing the street, and then oh, there's a car coming. Oh, okay. All right, we'll put you in fast mode again until we're down the hill, and then I'll turn you off. Because I need both my hands right now. Whoa. Oh, parked. They're actually waiting for me to pass? Oh, that's nice. Wow, thank you. Oof. Right. Oops. Oh. Dead battery, huh? Okay. I think. No? What beeped? That was weird. Something beeped. Oh, they're redoing the sills on this. That's nice. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off for now. We're back on the same bridge from this morning. Oh yeah. We're good. Alright. And at this point, I start to kind of spontaneously talk to myself about nothing. But what I will say is that the low intensity parts are in behind me. The motor is engaged and the battery's still full bars. Google said it's 38 degrees, so it's stupid cold. But we're doing all right here. I have not gotten even chilly, aside for forgetting to zip up my coat. I did leave my mask on, because I needed this thing on my neck as much as possible and not up on my face. And then this blocks the cold air from my face, so that works. Yep. We can stop at the top and turn the handlebars and maybe look at the city. I don't know. And then check in again a little later. I want to be going downhill before I stop and look at the city for you guys, though. Oh. You know, like, well, if you don't have bridges in your area for whatever reason, you might not know that bridges are on an arch, and so the first half is uphill, the second half is downhill. And this little thingamajiggy here, with like an outpost landing, is the middle point. I just don't want to have to start on an uphill slope. So let's see. It's crooked because you're on my handlebars, but yeah, that's the city. Okay, see you again in a bit. I'm sorry. I have to admit, I had no idea that I didn't redo my buckle. Like, literally didn't know. So, believe me, that wasn't on purpose. Ah! Okay, so for this trip, it is buckled now. Okay, good. For this trip, I'm only showing you back roads because this is my first time trying this view, this angle. I want to see how much you see because I do not want to give away like where I live or what my commute is, specifics. I don't want to be like found, but I do want to share with you the experience of bicycling my commute, which is 6.5 miles each way, even when it's cold. So for today, there is that massive puddle. Word, I always have to go wide around it. And for today, I'm only showing you stuff you can't recognize. And because there's a sign right there, I'm gonna put my hand right here and see how that works. Yep, alright, see. Going up that last incline for the first time, it went from 4 bars worth of battery to 3. If you didn't already know, these type of battery readers that are on the budget electric bikes, the one are like 500, 600 bucks, the real cheap ones. Yeah, that is what's real cheap for an electric bike. But for a full-fledged vehicle, honestly, it ain't bad. They only read accurate when they're actually under stress. So on the flat, you're not getting an accurate reading unless you put it into high gear, which uses up the battery. So it's more of an I have to kind of pay attention kind of situation. To kind of pay attention to what's going on with the battery as I'm using it. Yay, those are my brakes. Alright, well, also I have a hand cramp. Whoa, that's fun. What's fun is losing your balance, right? I have a hand cramp from hitting the brakes going down that one really bumpily road. Alright, see you soon. Putting it in a low gear for the last slog. When I'm in too low of a gear and can't keep up with the motor, it's hard to keep balance. So I have to pick my 1 through 6 very wisely, I think. In my opinion, that's what I need to do. It's really only about 7 more minutes to home. It's a mile. Uphill the whole way. From the last time point to this one, wait, 2 of them, somewhere between the last 2 clips to home is a 45-minute walk. So this cuts it down to like about 12 minutes, which is great. It's not as fast as it could be in a car, of course. And it's not so fast that I'm like terrified of ice or anything. Okay, we're down to 2 bars on the battery. At this point, something else is red blinking, like there's a bicycle up there too. Huh. I don't know what that is. Legitimately, at this point, if the battery dies, it's okay. I'll finish pedaling like it's a normal bike. If that is a bicycle and they're a regular bicycle, I'm probably going to blow past them at a certain point here. This is a 207-foot rise in 1/10 of a mile. The reason the battery dies within a 6-mile period is because I'm a 200-pound rider in a very hilly zone. On flat, with a 110 or 120-pound rider like they rate them for in China, I'm sure this does have a 25-mile range, but with me and our big hills, it's a little different. Alright, this is a little bit flatter, so I'm going to put it in a higher gear. A little bit lower than that, though. Perfect. There's the sweet spot. Oh, okay, there we go. I think that is another cyclist up there, which is cool. Get closer. They're a half mile ahead of me initially, and now I think they're only about a quarter mile ahead of me. Ooh. Yep, still 2 bars out of 4 on the battery, but once it starts dropping, it starts to drop kind of fast. Especially on a hill with a heavy rider. I'm drifting in and out of clouds of medical cannabis. Oh boy. Does this go any lower? Yes, good. Coming up to a flat spot, but going past Lightning Bug Park. It's way too cold for lightning bugs, but I've never seen so many lightning bugs in one place in my life. It's not its actual name. So, yes, I am assisting the motor. Do I actually have to? Not really. Not really, but if you're a inexperienced rider and balance is really hard, then yes. I'm more like a 1/10 of a mile ahead of me now. But it's getting flatter, so they're getting their speed's more similar to mine where it's flat. I think that's a cyclist. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the stars are also gorgeous right here. A lot fewer street lights. Makes a difference. Coming up in a half block, I need to be far from the curb set because there is a storm drain with a very wide set grid that's pointed in the direction my wheels are going that would literally eat my entire front tire if I went into it. So, Orion's Lake right there. That's so cool. Is this one it? No, it's the next one. Yes, that's my hand. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, this is the one. Oops, too high of a gear. That's better. All right, still 2 bars. This is the very, very dangerous street grid. And that one's not. Okay, we cleared it. I'm wiggling all over the dang road. You know, bring my gear up a bit. I didn't actually catch up to the cyclist. I'm a heck of a lot closer than I was, but I didn't catch up. I don't know if you can hear the whine of the motor. I sure can. I mean, and that's, of course, not the car going by. The whine of the motor would have been the backdrop of this entire video, obviously. Anywhere this city noise didn't overpower it. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Am I a little winded? Yes. But literally the thing that is the most difficult the next day isn't the cardio at all. It is my butt. After sitting on this seat, it's soft, it's cushy, it's wonderful, but it hurts. It is a great seat, but it hurts. You don't stand up much when you're electric bicycling. All right, I'm gonna shut you off, finish getting home. So at this point, we are as close as my bus takes me. And I'll talk to you when we're there. I made it home with 2 bars of battery to spare. The rear lights on my back. And that's when I need to see the road in front of me. It's one of these buttons. I can turn that on, and then I can see the road in front of me just fine. But for the most part, I don't want that to drain the battery on me. And it's much more important to be seen. As long as you can tell the potholes to avoid, it's good enough, in my opinion. So I'm gonna have to think about why on earth the battery did so much better at 37 degrees today than it has been. But we are back to the usual cliffside view. And I'm very happy. I'm warm. Right on the edge of not quite too warm. I was warm the whole way home. My ears got a little bit nipped by the cold. I have a hat on, but the wind got through it a little bit when we were going fast. It's a trade-off between being able to hear and staying warm, because if you put like a windbreaker over your ears, then you can't hear well enough to stay safe, you know? So that's what the ride home's like. Now I'm gonna go patch this sucker together. I still can't believe I didn't have my head strapped in. Like, what? I'm tired. That was a mistake, but oh well, everything's okay. Nothing major happened, and I will know to double check that in the future. So hope you're having a good one. Thanks for riding home with me. Take care. Bye.